Hello and welcome once again to DRL in Conversations with. I'm your host today, Venom, and we have with us Jenna from Hackney Food Bank.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming down. This conversation is a little bit overdue. We've been so busy. I've been busy. You've been busy. But we've been meaning to make it happen because, there is a lot, I guess, that we're going to be going into. So I wanted to introduce you and Hackney Food Bank officially to our community and hear what you have to say about things that are happening in Hackney. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and Hackney Food Bank?
Yeah, really happy to. Really looking forward to chatting with you.
Perf. So, sorry, for anyone hearing my voice thinking, he doesn't quite sound himself, the sun is out, the pollen is out, I am affected. This will change in about a week, but I'm affected right now. So what do you do at Hackney Food Bank?
So I work in fundraising and communications there. I've been there for about 3 years now, I think. And it's been a really steep learning curve, but it's good fun.
Awesome. And what would you say has been the journey? Because just to let everyone know, I received a pack which was talking about your new campaign. And there was one statistic, I guess, out of the many things in there that stood out to me the most, which is that I believe the wording was Hackney as a borough is the second most deprived borough in England.
Yeah, for child poverty and for poverty amongst older people, we are the second worst in England.
Right. So what exactly does that mean? What sums up deprived? Is it services? Is it literally people not having access to clean water, food, etc.?
It's people really struggling with feeding their children often. So particularly when we talk about kind of child poverty, it's families struggling to pay for the cost of a school trip or pay for a school uniform. Those essential things that we take for granted. It's families wondering how they're going to put food on the table, and it's parents skipping meals so that their children can eat. And when it comes to the older people that we support, that's often people skipping meals. It's people at the time of their life where they should be able to go out and have fun, and they're retired. They should be able to let their hair down a little bit, but they're not. They're isolated at home because they can't afford the heating and food. So right. We often hear of people eating all the same thing, week in, week out, be like eating cereal for meals to get through.
Yeah. So I think with the cost of living crisis, that gap or that lack of available spending money became very apparent in my household, where I was not working for a little bit as well. But I guess with the elderly people and the younger people, this is more systemic and less due to wild lifestyle choices like myself and more just general life.
Yeah, it's food prices have gone up over 30% in recent years, and they're going to go up by another 10% this year, we think, due to the conflict that's happening in the Middle East.
Okay, yes.
So that'll be tough. Fuel prices have gone up around 90% in the last 5 or 6 years. So the cost of heating your home has gone up considerably and will go up more from July, most likely.
Right. So what is it that Hackney Food Bank is doing to try and mitigate these issues or try and provide some type of relief?
Yeah, so first and foremost, we provide emergency food for people who would otherwise go hungry. So what people get when they come to us is a 3-day emergency food parcel. That's tins and jars and packets of food. It's all non-perishable. We also work with Felix projects, so we're able to give everyone a bag of fresh fruit and veg. We can do kosher, halal, gluten-free, vegan, vegetarian food parcels. We do toddler packs with goodies like popcorn and pouches and baby food and stuff like that, as well as hygiene products too. But we're really mindful that we don't want to be a sticking plaster. We want to help people on to better situations. So we have a really incredible team of caseworkers, and this has only been going for the last couple of years. But we have caseworkers who, when we notice someone's been coming to us a bit more regularly, they will step in and support people and help them onto better situations. So that might mean helping them to access all the benefits that they're entitled to. We see a lot of people who are turned down for benefits like PIP, which is the disability benefit, who we know are legally entitled to receive it, but it's just a rubbish system in this country that expects people to appeal. We see people who are eligible for pension credit who aren't getting it, who we think should be getting it. And also a lot of people who are in a real pickle with debt. So we're able to refer on to an expert debt advisor who can either get people's debt written off altogether or sometimes get the monthly amounts reduced to something much more affordable. But about 70% of our visitors only come up to 3 times a year. So it's not that we're seeing the same people week in, week out. We have noticed a rising number of people in deeper, more entrenched poverty who are needing us more often. And it's particularly those people that the caseworkers will help.
Okay.
Sorry, that was a really long answer.
It needs to be in depth so people can understand the gravity, because I think, so how did this whole idea of us working in collaboration and stuff even happened was that in the winter, someone came to us for help with their event. And their event was for a good cause. It was a fun event, but it was also tied to a food bank. Yeah. And I was like, oh, you know, because you think of food banks and stuff like that when you need them. But I guess as someone who hasn't needed one and hasn't walked past one in quite some time, it just becomes like an outside, out of mind thing where you're not trying to ignore people in need. You just can't see them because they're not in front of you. And so once we didn't end up working on that event, but like the whole point of, food bank though, kind of just stuck in our minds. So we were like, okay, well, since we're Dalston based, let's kind of look for something local so that we can see the impact. It just makes it a little bit more tangible when you're helping, if you can kind of be very connected rather than I did a thing, like digital transactions. This is why so many people buy stuff from Amazon and Netflix and all this digital stuff. It almost doesn't exist. Yeah. But when you can kind of go to a place and see a person and be like, oh, this is the location, this is the bank, this is... So then we decided to try and create an event around the ability to try and help, in a hope that we could make it, something socially acceptable, and cool, and something that you want to engage in. So that is where a couple of cans came about, but we'll talk more about that at a later point. But the first one that we did, we managed to, with very short notice, collect 40, I believe it was 40 kg. I hope this is correct, because I'm going to show the certificate. Hopefully it says 40. Once I sort of started to get into the detail of the campaign, I was like, we're not even scratching the surface, but what does 40 kg kind of look like in terms of vaguely?
I think it's a couple of emergency food parcels.
A couple, maybe 3.
Like family parcels, though. They're big parcels. So that'll feed, it'll feed a couple of families.
For a couple of days.
like 3 days. But it's tricky. We get through a lot of, I don't know how many tons of food.
I can imagine.
But we're feeding about 630 people every week. But we love your support and we're so, so grateful.
Well, we're challenging ourselves to just up the stakes. So the next one will be bigger and better, and hopefully we will collect more.
And the nice thing that we can do, so when we get donations from the public, we tend to take their email address if they want to give it, and then we're able to tell you how many meals equivalent. So I haven't got that stat with me today.
I will probably have it in my emails.
But we'll be able to tell you how many meals that provides, and, how many people it's feeding.
Perfect. So I guess there's 2 things that this branches into. One is, if someone is in need of your services, how do they access them? And then the other is, if someone wants to help, because obviously we're providing a channel, but no one has to come through us. You are your own entity and people can go direct. So how do people help, and how do people access the help?
So in terms of accessing the help, what I would say is, I think some people sometimes feel a stigma around coming to an organisation like ours and asking for help. But poverty can happen to any of us. lots of us are one paycheck away from really tough times, or we get an unexpected bill and it sends us into a spin, or we lose our job and it's a 5-week wait for universal credit in this country.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of the people we see, they're just in between.
Yeah.
They're in between work. It can happen to anyone. So forget about the stigma. It's not there. We are so welcoming. We see a lot of working people. We see teachers, we see firefighters, we see nurses, like people in work who need to come to a food bank for help. There's no queuing outside our centres either. So we've got amazing centres that are all set up with tables and chairs and tea and coffee and biscuits. You'll get a very warm welcome. And you'll get help too. Everyone who comes to our centres needs a referral. So we work with over 160 different referral agencies in Hackney.
Okay.
And they're people like Mind or Age Concern or Citizens Advice. There's a hotline that people can call. So we're part of Trussell.
Okay.
So there's a Trussell national hotline. It's called the Help Through Hardship hotline that people can call, and they can usually get a referral the same day. We're open 6 days a week, Monday through till Saturday. We are well spread out throughout Hackney because we want to make sure that people don't have to travel too far to get to us. We've also got a mobile food bank that's out 4 days a week. And for people who are genuinely unable to get to us due to health problems or mental health problems, then we can also do home deliveries. So it's pretty straightforward. There's loads more information on our website, but it's very welcoming, and people come along and they get is a 3-day emergency food parcel. So we ask them to bring bags along with them. We sometimes have some spares knocking about if they've forgotten. Yeah. And they get a bag of fresh fruit and veg from the Felix Project as well. And then in terms of how people can support us, like we love getting food donations. We always want food that's well in date, just because the logistics of sorting out so much food and getting it out the door, it needs to have quite a long shelf life. So food donations are great. Things like porridge, tins of meat, tins of fish, tins of veg, tins of fruit. So no non-perishable food because we've got nowhere to put it. Like jam and peanut butter and stuff like that. Actually, we do all right for peanut butter. We have a local company that gives us really good peanut butter.
Awesome.
But yeah, those kinds of things, hygiene products as well, shampoo, conditioner, shower gel, soap, sanitary towels, these things that are expensive that people struggle to afford would be great. But honestly, the very best way to support a food bank like ours is to give money. And the reason for that is that we tend to get gift aid on the donations that people give. So if you give us £10, we get £12.50. We get a 25% gift aid if you're eligible for gift aid. We can buy food in bulk at wholesale prices. So we can get a lot more for our money. Your money works harder if you give money to a food bank rather than food. But we're grateful for everything, and it's nice. We really recognise that it's nice for people to also have pictures with the food that they've collected, and it's nice to have something quite visible, quite visual to show, what an impact you've had.
Yeah, the contribution and stuff.
We're grateful for all of it.
Okay. Well, we have thought of a way to be able to give money as well. I have no idea how much money it will generate, but I'll off camera talk you through what we were thinking, and then you can let me know what your thoughts are on that. Okay, that's great. So what is the goal, I guess, for this year? What does this year being successful look like?
I mean, being successful would be ending the need for food banks altogether. That's the dream. And we thought we were getting somewhere closer to that with the 2-child benefit cap being lifted. But then with everything that's happening and food prices and fuel prices going up, I think that's a long way off. So the goal for my team is to make sure that we raise enough money and collect enough food to make sure that people in our community don't go hungry. It's just to continue the great work. So we have the most incredible team. We've got an amazing staff team who are so compassionate and work just tirelessly to help the community. But we've also got over 200 volunteers who work. at our centres and help with admin and pack the emergency food parcels that we give out. And they range in age from 18 right up until, I don't know, 80 something, I think.
Wow. Yeah.
So they're really great. And some of them have been with us right since the very beginning, 13 years ago. So more getting out in the community for us, more getting to know people like you, and just making people welcome, I think, and letting them see what we do.
Okay. Well, we're going to go to a quick little track and then we'll come back for some more conversation.
Cool.
So if you're listening right now, you're listening to Jenna from Hackney Food Bank in conversation with Dalston Radio Live. And we are back. So if you were listening to the conversation prior, you would have heard all about the need for food banks in all the boroughs of London, but specifically we're talking about Hackney. And Dalston Radio Live are running our own event, which will be quarterly, to try and gather funds, food, etc., to supply the Hackney Food Bank. Our event is called Couple of Cans. We've done one. We have many more to do, where people can come down, play on our decks, use some of this technology, get their videos, get their set captured, etc., etc. Oh my gosh, I haven't even pressed anything on the soundboard. You get to use our soundboard with cool sounds like this. Or
you're listening to Dalston Radio Live.
Right? How could I not even... I haven't even pressed one yet.
There's a lot of good kit here. They're going to have fun playing with this lot.
You can play vinyls, digital, bring an instrument. I don't really care. Have a great time and make memories, but also help people all at the same time. So that is what we have joined forces with Hackney Food Bank to bring to the world. And I couldn't be more excited to get it. I mean, I really wanted to do another one, but I was like, no, I've got to get you in first just to lay the context down for people so they can understand like how important it is to give. Sorry, I feel like I was just...
I think they're going to have a really nice time as well when they come. So yeah, bring your couple of cans and come and have fun on all this kit. It's amazing.
Yes, indeed. Are we going to get you here DJing at any point?
Well, I don't know about DJing.
I think DJing. I think that, you can work on a little set. We can...
I'll come and say hi.
So we're going to get an unofficial set, maybe, if I can pull someone's arm. But yeah, it will be fantastic to see you when we have one of our events. Maybe you could talk again just to explain to people, let them know what's going on and how they can contribute to a really good cause. Any closing words?
Just thank you for your support, and thanks to the community for the support that they give. I feel really strongly that we're all in this together, and particularly when it comes to kids. Like, we should not have children in our community who go hungry, in any 100%. Community that go hungry. So we are all in this together, and it's thanks to people like you and to the community around us that people aren't going hungry, and that we can make sure that kids are able to study at school and listen and pay attention, and they're not going to school with hungry bellies.
100%. It's so important. And I don't know what it is about hunger that... Well, actually, I say that everyone knows me. I'm always eating. I'm like the hungriest person. But I think when I thought about the food bank and children being hungry and stuff, I always try to like bring it back to me. What was my experience in this, or how can I empathize? My route is always me. How do I? Okay, cool. And I remember being younger, so I grew up with my mum predominantly. My parents, I still see both of them, but they were separated for majority of my life. And my mum was not rich. And I remember there was things that had happened or that took place that were very, my mum was really good at helping me not see the issue, or was. I see straight through it now. But and I remember even having sandwiches and the filling was tomato ketchup.
Yeah.
And it's only on reflection, I was like, yeah, I had that way more than once. And if there's anything that I could do for someone, whether they feel the stigma of, oh, we don't really have money for these resources or whatever right now, that's one half of the coin. The other half of the coin is, but what if they don't have to experience it, whether they internalize it badly or not? So that was like, oh yeah, this sounds like something that I can fully understand and get behind, and hopefully we can change one person's life.
And so where our caseworkers come in, so over half of the people that our caseworkers support don't ever need to come back to the food bank again because their situations improve so much. So that is the dream as a charity. It's to not have people need us and to have, situations where kids don't go hungry because the system provides enough for people who are unable to meet the cost. So average rents in Hackney are £2,400 a month for a 2-bed place.
Which is crazy.
And the average take-home salary for a nurse is £2,450. So if you're a single parent and you're a nurse,
then you have nothing after you've paid to live in your house. That's it.
Yeah, and you're a key worker, and we need nurses, and
right. And so that means they also need to cover some kind of childcare because they're going to be needed all the hours they can provide. Yeah. So then childcare, which is, I haven't even reached that stage with my little one, but I know.
It's expensive, man. I've got 2.
Listen, I said homeschooling from the beginning. I don't know. But yeah. So it is a minefield, and it feels like everything's stacked against you. So you're just like, cool, how can we try and just beat the system a little bit? And this sounds like an answer.
Yeah.
It sounds like an answer.
We all pull together and we'll make it happen.
Boom. Well, can you give us the socials for Hackney Food Bank so people know where to find you or the best way?
We're on all the major socials. We're on Insta.
Yeah.
Probably at Hackney Food Bank, I think.
I'll put it on the screen.
We're on Facebook. Probably something similar. We're on TikTok even, although not quite as down with it as that. We are on there a little bit.
We are as well, but we're definitely not down with it. We need to get back involved. It's been a little minute.
It's quite time consuming, isn't it? To kind of edit down.
Social media is really powerful and positive, but the resource that it requires of time almost feels counterproductive because you take time away from doing in order to show the world that you're doing.
We're trying to get with the times a little bit more. Right. We're getting there. Watch this space.
Likewise. But yes, thank you very much, Jenna, for coming down.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
This has been Dalston Radio Live in conversation with Hackney Food Bank, a.k.a. Jenna.
You're listening to Dalston Radio Live.